Hi, jokestress. It's Balanced Woman. I saw that you've been making some videos, and first of all, I wanted to say that I thought that they were very entertaining and very intense. You know how to hold an audience, I'll give you that much. I thought that you made a lot of good points. I was very impressed with your ability to just say, look at this world, look at this. This is a problem, and here is the raw information, unfiltered reason why things are the way they are. And I thought, that's bold. It takes courage to lay it out on the line like that. But I also sensed underneath that you might be feeling a little frustrated or angry with the world and with the people in it. And usually when we feel that way, we may actually be angry at ourselves as well, along with all of those other very valid frustrations. It's hard sometimes when we see what feels to be true, and so many people don't see that truth, and we have a strong understanding that that truth would perhaps help people suffer less. I can relate to that feeling, so I do understand that. But I thought it might be a good idea because you seemed a little tense to me, and you deserve to be at peace and be happy just like everyone else. And so I wanted to share that in observing that video, I felt like that video and the video about Bernie Mac and the other gentleman who passed away recently, I felt like there was a common theme in those videos that reflected a little bit about yourself and your own story. Now, if I recall correctly, your mother was a drug addict, is that right? And she suffered from depression and turned to various pharmaceuticals as a way of coping. I believe that's the case. Well, that kind of, that's kind of similar to Heath Ledger's situation that happened to him and his passing away. And if I'm not mistaken, that your mother maybe even was going to commit suicide at one point, right? And you thought that maybe you could help her, is that right? Well, I think that when a child realizes that her own mother was willing, or at least to consider, to die, that maybe she may have some anger about that. That someone would rather choose to die than be with you. And so that might be why this topic of, do we choose to die? Do we choose death on a subconscious level through our choices and through the choices of our spirit and our path and that sort of thing too? But that this topic may make you angry and frustrated, because really you might be angry and frustrated with your mother all the way back to when you were a little baby. You were a little baby kid. You were just a little kid and she wanted to die. But she didn't, and that's the important thing to remember, is that she didn't, and she chose life. And that might be why you know that people can choose life, because you know that your mother chose life. And her life was hard, but she still chose to live, and she's continuing to choose, and she's growing, and she's learning, and she's a grandma, and so that choice is out there for people. So it makes sense that you would want to share that. I think that's very nice. But you might want to think about the fact that your anger might scare some people away. I checked our subscriber list and it looks like you've both lost a few subscribers and you've gained some. So I guess there's a balancing out that's taking place right now at Unification Now. And I'm glad you're a part of it, jokestress. I really am. I think your voice needs to be heard because, well, I know a lot of women who may feel like the way you feel deep down inside. And so keep on doing your thing, but just keep in mind that what you find triggering for you in what you see in the world or in the media or in a YouTube video, that anything that triggers anger or sadness or any kind of emotion within you, it's not so much related to what you're watching because it's fiction, it's not real most of the time. And so really what you're experiencing is your own feelings, your own thoughts. And if something that you're watching has a certain trigger for you, then you may want to reflect on what does that have to do with your past? What does that have to do with the people and the relationships and the experiences that made you angry, made you sad, made you feel however you're feeling in that moment when you're watching something that triggers you. So I think that might be good for you to look at about what you find you want to express about in the world. What does that have to do with you? So I think that's all for today. So just think about that and I will look forward to your next video. Let's cut out the melodrama so we can wake up the whole wide world. Let's make up and start all over and awaken the boys and the girls.